Friday, May the 21st, and this is my daily thought. Okay, ooh boy. I'm recording this right now. I actually recorded the Quick 3 Tarot a little bit earlier, and then I just finished the lucky numbers. Both are for tomorrow because I always try to do it the day before and do that so they're uploaded. So I'll more than likely upload this first, and then I'll upload the lucky numbers and the Quick 3 Tarot right after. But when I tell you yesterday, Thursday, it was a whirlwind. If you noticed, as I had mentioned before, I planned on uploading a lot of stuff, and I did. I uploaded 8 episodes yesterday on the 20th, on Thursday. 7 of the 8 I recorded yesterday. The only one that wasn't recorded yesterday was the tarot reading for the collective, and it's for anyone who needs to hear. And that is when it's a combination of premonitions, dreams, tarot cards, and whatnot. And I do those randomly. There's no telling when I do them. They'll just pop up from time to time. And that one was recorded, I think, wait a second. I think it was recorded Wednesday or Tuesday, one of the days. I had recorded it. And I was like, okay, I need to get that uploaded. So I uploaded that one. And then, of course, I recorded everything else. I knew yesterday would be a busy day. I actually took off from my regular job to do some of this stuff because I wanted to get it done. For one, I did the Wacky News Weekend episode because I haven't done one in forever. And I was like, you know what? I have to do Wacky News because I love the news stories, which all of those news stories, as I mentioned before, or that anytime I do a Wacky News Weekend, all of the stories are true. And I enjoy reading those articles. And then sports was the same thing. I was like, oh, I haven't done a sports episode in a while. So I was like, okay, let me record that too. Then I had to do the very first interview, which is part of the new segment, Conversations with KC, which my first interview was with Carissa Montooth, who was amazing. And for this to be the very first interview that I did for the Conversations with KC, I'm super happy how everything turned out. And I hope that she comes back on the show again. It was kind of interesting. I didn't tell her this, but for booking, I thought that she was going to call in automatically. And I looked at the time and she hadn't called. And I was like, oh, well, maybe she's running behind. And then it was like, because it was the start at 1:30. And then it was 1:33. And I was like, was I supposed to do something else? Or is she waiting on me? And I looked at the email confirmation that I received from her, and then it mentioned Zoom. And I was like, oh, let me hurry up and click. So I'm like clicking and rushing to get into the Zoom thing because I don't like being late. That's not my thing. Because, yeah, being on time is a huge deal to me. It didn't used to be, but that changed. A little side story. When many, many eons ago, I worked. Remember when I told you I worked at the cable company? Many eons ago, many decades ago, my boss for a period of time, because I had 2 bosses, but my boss for a period of time was my mother. So she was my boss, and I would show up late all the time. It was either 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late, so on and so forth. And some people were upset that I would come in late because they're like, oh, well, you get away with it because you're her son. But that wasn't it. I mostly got away with it because I was the top sales rep in the group, and my records were not broken until like 6 months to a year after I left the cable company. Just, FYI. However, one day I came in and she asked me to come into her office, and she's like, why were you late? And I told her, I was like, it was traffic. And she's like, when did you leave? I was like, I left 20 minutes before, because the cable company the office was 20 minutes from the house. And she's like, you don't leave 20 minutes before. You leave an hour before, just in case anything happens on your way to the job, so you make it on time. And I'm like, okay. And then she's like, you're fired. She's like, I'm not going to put you down as not rehireable. So if you ever want to come back to the cable company later, you can be rehired. But for right now, you're fired. True story. I can't make this stuff up. So yeah, so I have this thing about being on time. Like ever since after that, I focused on being on time more is what I did. So yeah, but finally I was able to log in and talk to Carissa via Zoom for a few minutes, just to, we could get a feel for each other, and I would let her know what was going on. And then I gave her the number to call in. And then of course the interview happened yesterday. And as I said, it was an amazing interview, and I'd be happy to have her back anytime as well. So that was going on. So then it was the lucky numbers, the quick 3 tarot, wacky news weekend, sports, the phone interview, and then what else did I upload? Oh yeah, I had to do the 2 sign pulls as well. I had to do the sign pull for the love readings, and then I had to do the sign pull for the general readings. So I had to do those 2, the daily thoughts for those, and pull those to let everyone know what order I will be doing the readings in, which my goal is to start some of the love readings today. And don't forget, the love readings are exclusive to the podcast only. So if you are looking to listen to the love tarot card readings, they are exclusive to the podcast. The decks that I use are love tarot decks. That's what they're for. So, and more arrived yesterday via FedEx too, that I might use in some other love readings. So I had to do those 2 episodes and then upload the other episode for anyone who needs to hear with that. So I had all of that going on, and I knew I would be busy on yesterday. But beforehand, I had to say a little prayer, because one thing about my body, because my body is very sensitive at times. And if it gets run down, it gets run down. And then all types of crazy stuff starts happening. So I was just like, please give me the strength to get through this day so I can get all this stuff done. Please give me the strength. So yeah, I had to say a little prayer, and clearly my prayer was heard. The angels and everybody else came in to help out. And yesterday went off amazingly, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for everyone who's been listening to the podcast too, who's already been listening, because I've already glanced at the episodes that were uploaded. And people have already been listening to the episodes, so thank you for that. If you haven't listened to the interview that I did with Carissa Montooth, then definitely listen to it. It was an amazing interview. And if you are looking for information when it comes to love, energy, healing, things of that nature, how to bring love into your life, I strongly recommend you listen to the interview. And then also you might want to seek out her services too, because she's very good at what she does. As for the love tarot readings, like I said, I will attempt to work on some of those today. I'm trying to see where I'm at, because I want to maintain balance here, where I'm not doing too much. Because at first I was about to attempt to do all 12 readings today. I was about to do that, but something said I needed to slow down, and I will listen to my intuition, which I have a bad habit of. My intuition tells me things about other people and other stuff, and I pick up energy and have premonitions about things, and I'm like, oh, okay. But when the intuition is saying something about me, or premonitions are coming in about me, I don't know. I don't know if it's ego that gets in the way sometimes or something else. But yeah, I'm making it my business to pay attention to the signs. It is what I'm looking to do now. So yeah, I'll do what I can today. You're already going to have 3 episodes between this episode, the lucky numbers, and the quick 3 tarot. If I do the love readings, if I start them today, my goal will be to do at least 2 minimum. 4 probably maximum is what I'll do. The good thing is that they're going to be podcasts only, so I won't have to do as much cutting and adding this and changing that and whatever as I would do with a video of something. So yeah, that's all I have. Thank you to everyone for your support. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. KIRWKC on all these social media platforms. Until next time, be blessed.